Toomics in Webtoon on the Emperor's Lamp, episode 1. So let's have a look. So this comic is about what appears to be some princess going in with some maids in an orange dress. So think about it. How many pillars are there? How many windows are there? As maids going on, they'd be thinking about as they would be trotting along. These maids would be thinking about how expensive those walls and the stuff around them might be, and also whether or not their dresses were spotless or whether there's any dust, and also to stick to walking within the red carpet laid out for them, and some of them might even be jealous of the girl or the princess in front of them and wish that they were there. So they're all wearing some bonnet or something like that. I don't know what that's called on their head, and the girl has purple hair. And then in this second page, they're showing off her beautiful aesthetic in the front page, and she has sky blue eyes, whereas the ones in the left, maids assisting her, do not have their facial expressions as emphasised, and they're also looking down to potentially emphasise her superior character, because she is a princess. Is she a princess? We'll probably find out later on. And there's some weird, petal-like effects in the background of the style. Why on earth? Why am I here? I wish I was lucky, but I wouldn't be questioning my own reality if I was that lucky to be a princess in some random kingdom or wake up like that. I don't know if that's going to be that sort of anime comic, but few subs has some peach dots. Your Majesty, she has arrived. So you look at a door. What do you think when you see the door? How do you open the door? This is like some royal palace door, so you open it from the centre. Then you admire the door frame. It's only damage in the door frame. So there's hair. So there's no accessories on her hair, and the neck of one of the maids is visible. And there's some footman by the door, or someone on the door, and he's actually got his arm crossed to his left flank, to his left kidney, while his left arm is behind him. Bring her in. Creak. And there's a princess looking through the window. And there's a well. And there's some black roses. And his hair is shining. It's like someone's put olive oil on it. So it's interesting. So why has this prince or something chosen this room to meet her in? And he has some sort of dress that looks like a curtain. Is she the maiden the Duke sent? Yes, Your Majesty. So she's actually a maiden, not a princess. So is there a marital proposal? Are they trying to arrange marriage for each other? That's interesting. So it emphasizes her shoulder. So I don't know if people in this timeline, in this comic, wear dresses that reveal their shoulders, but maybe because it's an earlier, romantic, earlier time, maybe this is when women were only allowed to, show their hands and stuff and not show their thighs. So maybe because it's some sort of marital proposal, her shoulder is being showed. And so she has some sort of frill around her neck. And all of these aspects of herself are being shown. Maybe this emphasises that the prince or the suitor is looking to kind of assess her bodily features and how beautiful she is. Why does she have so many scars? That's interesting. So when you see scars, I don't know, I would view this as a prince, would you want to marry a person? So Duke Howard is blatantly insulting me now. Then should we kill her and send her corpse to him? That's interesting. So both of them are bowing. So I don't know why I would never marry a prince like this, but that's interesting. They both dying. She looks oddly like her. The girl looks to be worried with the sky blue eyes and thinking to himself, oh no, this girl must be a psychic. This guy prince must be a psychopath. And to the left there seems to be another sort of assistant person. Now I will have her leave her and go. Does Your Majesty step, and they're now stepping towards each other. Click! So that must be the sound of a door opening and closing. And he's now sat down on something. Come here. I think I've heard this once before. Glance. So I don't know whether she's really worried that some Duke sent her. So the Duke, what I think has happened is that this prince is trying to marry, and the Duke has sent her a suitable woman that he can marry. This girl is saying this unfamiliar yet familiar voice. Maybe she's nervous. Maybe she thinks that the prince is a psychopath, but who knows? And the one I miss dearly. And then it shows her looking at the prince in the eyes, probably emphasising, probably done by the illustrator to emphasise that the focus is on the prince alone. Thump. So there's noise out of nowhere, and then there's white feathers. White feathers usually sometimes in Egyptian mythology symbolising the feather of March, saying that everything is pure and perfect, with the feather sometimes being used traditionally, I think. I'm not sure whether they actually were, in writing, emphasising that whatever's going on is her thoughts in her head. So there's other symbols for purity in literature, so the use of feathers is one that I agree with. Chris, Thump. So apparently she has met this prince later on earlier. Chris, Thump. Thump. Chris, pull. So the prince is now pulling this prince inwards, and her hair is going to start to be afraid. She's now holding with her left. Prince is holding her left arm towards him and embracing her with the right arm. I'm sure of it. This is, you are pretty. I bet your name is as pretty as well, right? So that implies that she might say the name later on. She doesn't know what to say. She's thinking, what? I think the girl might need to get hold of herself, because I wouldn't risk offending a prince. But looking closely, this throw appears to have some sort of blue gel, like blue gem on it. So I wonder how expensive that is. Why? I wonder how long it takes to get dressed in a costume like that, and then going to the full plop. Now, I don't like this, what the prince is doing, because that might give her brain damage, but if you were on the floor of a carpet, like, would you imagine how dusty it would be? It's like, don't be scared. I'll be gentle. Why? Well, and she doesn't know what to make of this, and she's actually closing her eyes and turning to the other side. Why don't you remember me? When my life was ruined because of you. Ooh, so it turns out that she thinks that she has met this prince before, but it turns out that this previous memory is actually not a good one.